We already know his position on most of the major issues, but what about the issues close to his heart? What effect has holding national office had on his family and his private life? Will he run again for the same office, or is he eyeing a run for the U.S. Senate? Coming up, a conversation with 1st District Congressman Jim Bridenstine on Green Country Perspectives. Hello, I'm Sam Jones, and this is my perspective. You know, it seems the things we all take for granted can change with or without notice. Now, the results of both can fall into one of two categories. Either it's no big deal, or it has dreaded implications. Recently, I was in a Chinese restaurant, and the decor was, as you would expect, Chinese. None of the customers wore a baseball cap or a cowboy hat. All good so far, but the background music? Well, the background music wasn't Chinese, it was rap. A change I felt would cause my just ordered chicken and rice to have the same effect as being waterboarded with soy sauce. The background music, of course, was chosen by someone who worked there, and either they wanted music that reflected their personal taste, or they just didn't pay attention to what they dialed into the computer service that provided the music in the first place. But it didn't have a lasting effect. The food arrived, the conversation kicked in, and soon the rap music became no big deal. Just hardly noticeable yet contrasting background noise. Meanwhile, all of the tables were full, and there were two lines. Customers waiting to be seated in one line, and folks in the carryout line. And at the same time, 4 or 5 cooks were feverishly filling orders, flames occasionally leaping into the air as they worked their wok magic. Not one of them realized that the smooth flow of their seamless job performance provided hypnotic entertainment to all who would watch. Now, it was rush hour, and the Chinese restaurant was slammed, but the organizational flowchart made it the best show in town. I was witness, in fact, to a culinary symphony, second to none. Each part played out under constant pressure, yet the results were relished. No name calling, no pouting, no threats of a work slowdown because somebody on the flowchart ordered the wrong fortune cookies. None of that. And as customers left, workers descended quickly and quietly, removing dirty dishes, cleaning the table without disturbing the nearby customers. What a performance. What a performance. And you're eager at that point to leave a tip. As expected, my thoughts turned to another area that could use what I had just witnessed: commitment, manners, and a better flowchart. And of course, I'm talking about public service. Folks elected to office at all levels, local, state, and national. Now, take Congress, for example, please. There was a time not too long ago when on the floor of the House and the Senate, members would agree or disagree, maybe get loud and sometimes funny, say too much, say too little, or embarrass themselves and the rest of the country. But they understood they were there to serve the people, not special interests. They would also cross the aisle to talk to the opposition in an effort to work out any stumbling blocks. You know, sometimes, in spite of themselves, they'd get the job done. And too, sometimes at the end of the day, opposition leaders might gather in one office or another over a little bourbon and branch water, review their progress, and talk about things to come tomorrow. They'd also agree to disagree, which made their performance almost symphonic in nature. Now, that's not the way it works these days, and that's a sad state of affairs. Virtually nothing is accomplished, short of strutting and crowing for the cable TV cameras. Fortunately, the warranty, or the Constitution, and the owner's manual, or the Bill of Rights, offer some protection. But it is far from a political symphony, because now there's talk of changing the Constitution to reflect one party's rhetoric. Well, that's the downside. The upside is we don't live in a democracy. Rather, it is a republic, so it should survive. But more than anything else, right now, it's just an embarrassment with dreaded implications. No political symphony here, so forget the tip. I'm Sam Jones, and that's my perspective. You know, the second time he was elected, there was no opposition. Is he expecting to face anyone in the next election? We'll hear from 1st District Congressman Jim Bridenstine next on Green Country Perspectives.